It's LA Visualize. Come back to another video. No, I haven't changed that intro. No, I changed it too. And no, we want to talk about the elephant in the room. So let's get into the video. Here is my Nikon Z8, and here is my Nikon ZR. I was in Tucson and I was shooting a video with these two cameras. And before this ZR came out, I was going to get another Z8 because I like having the A and B camera to be the same camera. Yes, it can be overkill, but I like having two of the same camera, so that way muscle memory is easier. I can match things a lot easier. You know, that's the way I prefer to do things. And then Nikon decided to say, "Hey, Lenny, we're going to drop a Nikon ZR, and it's going to be $2,200." I was like, oh, because this camera when I bought it was 4K, and this is $2,200. So essentially, I can get two cameras for the price of one of these. So my wallet said, I think it's a better idea if we go with the ZR. And then I've been using it for a little bit, and actually I'm pretty loving it. And to me, to tell you the truth, I think that this ZR was thrown together at the last minute. I do think, just my personal feeling, that Nikon's going to do this anyway. Like with a Nikon Z30 or Z50 or something, they're going to be video centric, and then they threw red in here because some of the stuff is a little squashed. But I would have probably bought this anyway because of the form factor. So now I was in Tucson, and I remember we were in the garage, public garage, which we were doing some guerrilla filmmaking, and I was like, I really wish I had two of these because while we were filming, I was like, hey, I wonder if we film in the highest codec for each. This is 8K and this is 6K. The Z8, far as I know, and I couldn't see it in here, it doesn't go to 6K. So I was like, I really want to have an A and B camera, one at 8K and one at 6K. I was like, I want it to be on the same timeline, so that way if I'm switching back and forth between the A and B camera, it's the same size. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have shooting 4K for both, which is fine. Shooting 4K for both and edit on a 1080p timeline, so I can punch in and that'll be fine. But to me, it got me thinking, like, yeah, I definitely need another ZR because if I want to shoot in 6K for both of them, I know it's the same, and I can swap seamlessly between both of them, as opposed to this camera. So yeah, your boys have to get another ZR sometime next year. Probably won't be till the end of first quarter that I'll get another one, unless my parents buy me one for Christmas. That'd be great. That'll be great. But anyways, I've also been using this camera lately for some photos as well. I do like it, and I don't like it at the same time. And this is where the old man get off my lawn comes in. I like a viewfinder. And this one does not have one. It has a beautiful 4-inch display, which is great. But sometimes I just like having the viewfinder. So hopefully Nikon comes out with an electronic viewfinder that's attachable. They've done it before, so they can do it. They can do it. It's just if they will do it. I know they're thinking that because they have the 4-inch screen, and most of us have one of these in our pocket. So that way we're used to just looking at the screen and taking pictures. I still prefer having a viewfinder. So if they come out with electronic viewfinder, that'd be great. So if I want to use it, I can. If I don't want to, I don't have to. So this is electronic shoe. So hopefully they do come up with that. So anyways, like I said, I was taking it for pictures, and at 1 gig, I had my two camera strap on. I had the Z on the right side and the ZR on the left side. And it worked pretty good. You know, I did like looking at the screen, like when it's down, having it open, I can just look and see everything. The only thing I do not like about this screen is that it does not do this. I do wish this that Sony action. So if I'm looking at my camera, I don't have to take it out to look at it. I can just put it down. And I can take a picture still. I do not like it about that screen, but that's just nitpicking. That's what I'm doing, is nitpicking right now. So for the most part, it was pretty good. I had the 24-70 on this one and the 85mm on this one at the event I was at, and it worked pretty well. You know, I can see how it was going. At some places when the models were walking down the runway, I can easily just go into video real quick, you know, because it's quick switch right here, and that made it great. So I do love this as a hybrid camera, even though it's more video centric. I do think this will work out for most people. One thing I do not like about this, that it has no mechanical shutter. So I was on the wharf at DC, across the street. I was at Haynes Point, like at the wharf here in DC, and I got home and I noticed some things going on my camera. I was like, oh, there's a lot of banding. There's a lot of banding. It's user error. I just got to make sure I have my settings in right to decrease the banding, but not having a mechanical shutter really kind of sucks sometimes because of the banding. And how many times don't I say banding? But anyways, I just want to give a quick video and saying yes, I will be getting another ZR sometime later next year. Also got some other 6.3s coming in today and next week that I'll be doing videos on. And I think that's about it. And I will see you in the next one.